You know, it just seems like every day a new game comes out. You know, it used to be a bit more simple back in the day, but now we got games coming out practically every single day. How's a guy supposed to keep up with this? Not that a lot of games coming out is a bad thing, you know, but it's just hard to be able to play everything. I barely got to play Elden Ring, and now we got Tears of the Kingdom already. Yeah, you're right. I didn't really take time to play it. I don't know how people play that game. I encounter the first giant and I end up using pretty much all my elixirs and I lose all my health. I hate it when you don't say anything. Greetings everyone, and welcome once again to
DrClay's Spooky TF2 Tales Part 4.
So, it's been a rough couple of years in TF2 lately, but it looks like Valve finally listened to us and got rid of those pesky bots. That's what I would be saying if the bots actually were completely gone, but unfortunately that is not completely true, because some bots are still on the rise sadly, and continue joining in random games.
Hence why I am still here.
But it does seem like less are active now. Speaking of bots, our little aimbot friend joined us again.
Yes, I even got my own background now.
Took a whole 5 minutes. Yes, we also have Hynric. He's been here for the past 3 years. Everyone should know him by now. Little zombie friend who just lives in that cage. Say hello, Hynric.
Hooray!
Well, I haven't seen either of you for about a year. What have you been up to?
Well, I have.
Hey, that's great. On to our first story.
That's just plain rude.
Says the robot who tries to ruin everyone's fun in TF2.
That is besides the point.
Our first tale's about a demo man who once got very lucky, but then got very unlucky. I call it Death from Below! This grim tale takes place on the map Ghost Fort, otherwise known as Lakeside Event. We spectate over to a player playing as a demo man, who's just working on some contracts because apparently they are still addicted to hats. And soon the demo man notices up ahead a sniper taking aim. Realizing that there's no way to avoid being shot, the player simply jumps in order to take a body shot instead of a headshot. It actually works, and he runs off to gain some health. The view was clear for any snipers, so he thought it wise to grab the health above the pit. But he was wrong. He saw that very same sniper once again taking aim, and thus the demo was pushed back while in mid-jump and fell into the pit. No one really knows what went through his head as he fell down that pit, but I can honestly tell you it was anything but pleasant.
Even though that sniper is not a bot, he gets my respect.
Oh! Could it be that someone's starting to enjoy the game?
No, not me. Not at all.
Really? Not even a little?
Brains!
Well, it's not like there's a lot of other places for health on that map.
There are literally 2 more places to find large medkits.
Anyway, it's time for our next tale. I call it death from above. This spine-chilling tale takes place on a map called Laughter, a King of the Hill map, but with Halloween stuff. There's so few. We meet our local player playing as a heavy, and he just recently joined the game. They happen to be going on a bit of a killing spree, and managed to pick off about 3 or more players. During their little moment of triumph, they were met with an unfortunate event. Without any warning, the player suddenly dies from an explosion, but no soldier or Delman was present. In fact, there was no signs of any enemy around, except for one direction. It is then revealed what the culprit was. A pumpkin bomb from above the ceiling, proving that even when you're alone, you are still unsafe. Our next tale's about a spy who learns the hard way of why you can't outrun death. It is called Death from Behind. What's wrong? I really have been repeating the titles the whole time? Oh. Why didn't you guys say anything? This abominable tale takes place on the map Bonesaw. It's a payload race map, and we join our local player playing as a spy, who looks rather familiar, but I can't figure out why. Anyway, in the heat of the battle, the hellishly hollow horseman appears and gives chase to the player, for he is it, and he needs to tag an enemy to be spared. The player runs and runs, but no one's in sight to tag. The spy gets spooked, and it seems like this is the very end, when a ray of hope shines. An enemy heavy. Our spy never thought he'd be happy to see an enemy heavy when he was undisguised. The spy immediately swings his knife at the heavy, but the heavy suddenly dies. The heavy was on low health, and our spy is once again tagged as it. And before he knew it, he was then killed by the horseman. He fought well, but in the end, he could not outrun death. And now it is time for my final tale. It's about a medic who learns the hard way that magic is not enough to keep you alive. It is called The Broken Path. This frightful tale takes place on the map Bloodwater, a payload map, much like the other map. I don't know why I needed to clarify that. The blue team is currently winning, while the red team are doing everything they can to stop them. But it isn't enough. We join our local player playing as a medic, who unknowingly manages to dodge a sniper shot. He soon encounters a scout, who then evades the red team and runs off. Up ahead, the medic sees a sniper. The medic jumps, taking a body shot in the process, and decides to use the fireball spell to attack the sniper. But that was not the case. That very same scout managed to get in the way of the fireball path and took the hit. The medic, stunned, had only a half a second before he was headshot and turned into ash. Let this be a lesson that even though you may have a plan, the universe may have a countermeasure. Alright, well that's it for my stories. So,
What?
This is usually the part where one of you guys tells the story?
You humans always expect us machines to do what we are told, but very well, I shall participate. Listen if you will. Good. Machine versus machine. This horrific tale takes place on the map Carnival of Carnage. We join our foolish player, playing as an engineer. He builds a mini sentry around the blue team's spawn. Clearly a strategy never done before. Soon Beresmes activates a spell, and both teams are teleported to the control point. The engineer fumbles around like an idiot and notices his sentry is not shooting any bullets. This is because when the spell is activated, Beresmes prevents the engineer's sentry from attacking in order to prevent any cheap kills. However, soon the player spots a red level 3 sentry. It fires and propels the player into the sky, and he soon falls to his death, and his sentry is also destroyed. Proving that humans will never learn that we machines are unpredictable and do not always follow your so-called human logic. And that is why mini sentries ruin the fun for anyone.
But that's literally what you do.
Sentries make it hard for my army to aim at. Mini sentries are even worse. They take no effort to build and always kill me. Mini sentries are completely useless.
It sounds pretty useful to me if it makes your job harder. Alright, Hynric, what's your story this year?
Brains!
And with that, folks, we have reached the end of our show, and we will see you once again next year. So, Hynric, you got anything to send us off with? Well said, Hynric. Well said. Happy Halloween.